She lost her way, although she stays, she's never yours. She doesn't breathe, she doesn't leave when she's with you. She scratches red and cuts too deep, there's nothing left to do. The world inside she sees is all in black, trapped in time apart. The world inside she sees is always gray, trapped in time apart. The world inside where light never comes in, trapped in time apart. Distant again, trying to get closer to you. You always go back to the place of black and
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cassidy The Cardslinger show here on My Psychic Connection. And I am Cassidy, your host for the evening. Welcome. Come on in. It is so wonderful to see everybody and hope everyone's week is going well. Happy Thursday, happy Friday morning, depending on where you're at in the world. Just a quick rundown of how we do things here. I am going to offer readings for the next hour. That's right. If you are interested in having a reading tonight, Lexi is here saying, yay, hi, darling. If you would like to have a reading tonight, she says, hi, Cassidy, sending lots of love. Thank you, Lexi, sending love back your way. There we go. Excellent. Awesome. So if you would like to have a reading with me tonight, what I need from you is your specific question in the chat. So what I am not going to be doing tonight is general readings. Alexa is here, says, hey, beautiful Cassidy. Hello, Alexa. Come on in. Do say hi, guys. I love to see who's here and let me know where you're tuning in from. It's cool because we have an international community here and it's nice to see where people are tuning in from all around the world. So as I said, if you're interested in a reading tonight, I am doing free 2-minute readings for specific questions. So if you'd like to get a question read tonight, go ahead and put that specific question into the chat. If you're interested in a general reading, head on over to www.mypsychicconnection.com and we can answer your general questions over there. Also, I will not be reading tonight on any medical questions or any legal questions. So if you are asking anything about health-related matters, pregnancy, death predictions, anything like that will not be on the table tonight. As I said, we are an international show and some areas we're not allowed to talk about those things. So we'll keep those off the air tonight. So do give me a specific question, and a little bit of context is very helpful as well. If you want to know about someone, let me know who this person is to you. Are they your boss? Are they a love interest? Is this your sister? Anything that you can help me, help offer to me that allows me to tune into your situation very quickly is just really helps me right along. If you're interested in jumping the list, because we do get a number of questions coming in tonight, if you'd like to jump the line or get a longer reading, the donation link will be floating around in the chat there. So you can go ahead and click on that. We are offering tonight mini readings, mega readings, as well as quick readings. So mini and mega readings are not timed. If you're interested in me really sinking my teeth into your question, the mini reading allows you to ask one question, and the mega reading, you can ask up to 4, and they don't have to be the same topic. So if you want to know what's going on in your love life and what's going on at work, we can dive into all of that. And as I mentioned, those readings they are not bound by time. So as long as it takes for me to get that message out, I will be here slinging cards for you tonight. So what else do we want to talk about, guys? We are streaming on 196 different platforms, and I'm taking questions from about 8 of them. So do be patient as I work my way through the list, and I'm trying to get to as many questions as possible. Like I said, the donation link will jump the line, and the mega reading does jump all of the donated readings. So if you don't want to be patient, darlings, I will not make you. So we've got a couple of games going on tonight. One is the emoji contest. So if you are interested in winning a special divination reading with me a little later tonight, go ahead and send some beautiful emojis. Whoever sends the most emojis throughout the show will win a reading with me a little later on. So do keep those emojis coming. I like the hearts. I like the little octopus. I will take any sort of emoji. They are all wonderful. As well, we've got the lightning round coming up. So do get your yes or no questions ready. There is lots of good stuff going on. Last thing I'll say, guys, do make sure you are liking this video. Share me out far and wide. We're trying to grow our community and we love reaching new people. So let me speak into the lives of the people around you. If you have a friend, tag them in the video. You can share it to your pages. We really do appreciate all of the support that you offer in that regard. So, and also feel free to interact with me throughout the show. I will be posing questions to you. I love to see what everybody is thinking out there. I've got a couple of very interesting topics for us to discuss tonight, but we will get into that shortly. So let's go ahead and take our first question. Who have we got? Folks, we are here with the lightning round. We are starting it off strong here tonight. So how the lightning round works. For the next couple of minutes, I will be answering yes or no questions. That's right. I will be rapid firing as many yes or no questions as possible. So if you have anything that you would like to know that can be answered by yes or no, I can also say undetermined if it's a bit more of a meaty question, or for a number of reasons we see the undetermined answer there. But if you would like to have a question answered, you can ask as many as you like. Again, no medical questions, no legal questions are allowed in the lightning round, but you can ask as many as you like, whatever is weighing on your heart. And no questions that start with where or when, or why or how, because all I can say is yes, no, or undetermined. So let's see those beautiful questions rolling in to get started pretty soon here. Excellent. All right, Casey is here. Hi, Casey. Casey says, will the credit issue get fixed for Leon? Yes. Kiera, I believe it says, will me and Gemini reconnect? Yes. Emma says, will I ever be less insecure? Yes, absolutely will. Lexi says, will I go on a road trip tomorrow? Yes. Yeah, says, does Jeff want commitment? Does Jeff want commitment? Oh, undetermined. That one's interesting. Emma says, do some people think I'm a Karen? Some people think Emma's a Karen. Undetermined. More that. Amanda says, is my marriage going to be okay? It's been so hard. Girl, my heart goes out to you, Amanda. Let's take a look. That one is undetermined as well. Alexa says, will Matthew get the job promotion he applied for? Yes, I believe. Arkisha says, did KL get the concert tickets for us? No. Emma says, will I ever go back to Myrtle Beach again? Ooh, undetermined. Fascinating. Mariana says, will I travel soon? Yes. So fun. Casey, should I get an electric vehicle? Yes. Cards are hilarious. Firefly says, did I leave a good impression yesterday with Scorpio? Yes, you did. Nicola says, will I win some money to buy a car, please? No, my dear, I'm sorry. Arkisha says, is KL falling in love with me? No. No. Kat says, is Jeff jealous? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, that was wild. That was so very much fun. Thank you, everyone, for the wonderful questions. Kiara, I believe that's how you say your name. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Says, I love this. I love this too. It is so very much fun. You can tell in many ways it's a very difficult task doing the yes-no game because there's always more. No question is a yes or no answer. There is always contingencies. There are always things we can do to change our situation. If you are, Alexa says, thank you, starting off strong tonight. Yes, absolutely. If you are, Casey says, just wanted to say you look so pretty, Cassidy. Oh, thank you so much. That's so very kind of you. Where was I going with that? If you are interested in changing your yes to a no or your no to a yes, that is possible, right? If there is something to do with how something is going to turn out, we have free will, right? So don't be too afraid if you didn't hear the answer you're looking for. It just means the path that it's on maybe needs a little help. So also, if you're interested in any more information about any of what I was talking about there as I was biting my tongue, the donation link will be available. That will jump you to the front of the line, and we will get to your questions with a little bit more time. All right, let's get to slinging some more cards here. I can't wait to get started with our next question. Who have we got next, please? We have Gemma. Hi, Gemma. Gemma says, it's my brother's wedding at one of the Hilton hotels next week. Ooh, wedding season. Gemma says, should I stay for 2 or 3 nights? I want to stay for 2 nights. It's a lot cheaper, but also worried how tired I will be from it the day after. Okay, my dear, let's take a look. We'll weigh out that situation. Should you stay for 2 nights? Let's take a look. Okay, 2 nights and 3 nights. Okay. Neither option seems too bad, but I think you'll feel better about yourself if you do the 2 nights, to be honest with you. I got the King of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Swords upright for the 2 nights. I've got the 8 of Coins and the 3 of Wands reversed for the 3 nights. The 3 nights almost feels like 1 night too long. It feels like the ceremony has wrapped up, the little getaway has commenced, and you are, ready to get back home. It feels like there's a tie or a pull to just wanting to be back in your own space after going out and experiencing being around people in that way. With the Ace of Swords, I do think you're going to have enough energy to make that move on that second day after that second night, which I guess is technically the 3rd day. But do plan ahead, anything that you can do to keep that quite efficient for yourself, where when you get there, maybe don't put your clothes all over the place and check out a big difficult thing. Like, just really pack what you need. Try and make this trip as streamlined as possible, and it feels like that money could be better spent elsewhere. It'll be a nice experience. I like the look of the hotel. I think it's the right choice to stay there and to go to the wedding in this way. But looking at these 2 options, you'll be fine. I want to say you will be fine by doing the 2 days thing. I think you will have enough energy to make it through that. That third night, you're going to kind of be ready to have gone home. So that is what I'm seeing for you there, my dear. And I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your question. These are we're off to such a good start tonight. One of the things I did want to bring up very quickly, so important announcement. If you got a friend request from My Psychic Connection recently, do not accept it. We do not solicit our services. We do not sneak into your DMs. We do not try and contact you to offer what we offer. We do have our live shows where you can, of course, come on and ask your questions. We've also got the website, www.mypsychicconnection.com. But I would like to just do a quick public service announcement that if any time a spiritual practitioner, a psychic medium, a Reiki healer, a animal spirit connector person, a tarot reader, if anyone slides into your DMs, sends you a message, contacts you offering their services and looking for money, run. Run, block them, because no self-respecting professional practitioner will conduct themselves that way. And this is one of the ways that, unfortunately, this community gets a bad name and a bad rap, because like every industry, there are people who really give their all to what they do. And then there are people who, they are just con artists. They're scammers. They exist, and they are unfortunately among us. They are not real. So that is my quick public service announcement, because I have heard this. I've met people and I've told them that, I'm a spiritual advisor. I read tarot cards, and I get a lot of these stories. I sent so-and-so so much money to get this curse lifted off of me. You can seek out the practitioner of your choice. Do not allow people to contact you for money. That is not a real reader. And thank you for listening to this public service announcement, because it's very important. Nevertheless, if you are just joining us, come on in, welcome. The emoji contest is in full force, so if you're interested in winning a very special reading later on, send as many emojis as possible throughout the show. I can see it's going to be a tough race already. And if you'd like to get a reading done here tonight, go ahead and type your specific question into the chat. I need to know who you're asking about, what you want to know about. I'm not doing general readings tonight, medical readings or legal readings, so I do need a specific question from you, and then I will work my way down the list to try and get to as many questions as possible. All right, let's switch up our decks here. Who have we got next? We have Emma Rose. Emma Rose, hi, my dear. She says, hi, Cassidy. I'd love to know what are some positive things about me that I need to acknowledge and celebrate that I'm currently unaware of. It's been a tough day for me, so I hope this will help. Oh, my darling, my heart is with you today, and we just adore you around here. So let's take a look at what I've got for you. If I could see that question just one more time, please, to the folks in the back. So this is positive things about yourself that you need to acknowledge and celebrate. Well, yes. And I'm going to say this very lovingly in the fact that it has been a difficult day, but you have such a warped perception of how strong you are, of how powerful you are, of your presence, that and what you can offer to the world and what you can offer to other people. I've got the Two of Swords here, where I think you can see it in other people and you fail to see this level of beauty and this level of power within yourself. The cards I have here, I've got the Tower reversed, the Nine of Wands, as well as the Magician. And now that Magician is such a beautiful card, just showing the capability and capacity that you have to influence change in your life, to have a presence that other people are gravitated towards. She says, yes, absolutely. So I think gently, take care of yourself as you do this with the Tower reverse. Just try and gently deconstruct almost this barrier that you have surrounding celebrating yourself at all, because it looks like you've got a beautiful heart that can seek and experience and understand and recognize beauty and power and charisma in other people. But then when you see it reflected back to you in the mirror, there's some level of judgment surrounding it, or some level of, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough. There's a very unhealthy comparison aspect to this. Emma says, I doubt myself a lot because I remember growing up, all of my classmates would talk about me, but they would never pick me as a partner in class. And so it's absolutely So I'm so sorry, my dear. I've got the bell, but I do hope that was helpful for you. And I'm sending you a big virtual hug here and there we go, some lovely hearts your way. Whatever, and this goes to anyone out there. If you're going through a hard season, a hard moment, a hard time right now, whatever you can do to try and find a way to, I will say, ground yourself in something that is fulfilling to you, that is important to you. And also try not to have some level of pressure of time be something that holds you back from experiencing any level of happiness in your life. When we talk about, changing our path, changing our goals, seeking our goals and changing what we've got going on. Emma says, thank you. I appreciate the love and support. I'm glad I also contribute happiness to the show. You absolutely do, darling. We love seeing you around here. But this is a really important point where I think there's almost too much emphasis on needing to change up your situation overnight. Oh, you don't like that job, quit that job. Oh, these people are no good for you, walk away from them. And I think that's all useful advice and all excellent things to do, but we don't always need to have so much pressure to change our situation immediately. We can start thinking in terms of weeks, months, or years instead of minutes, hours, and days. Sometimes things need to happen very quickly, and we all need to move at the speed we need to move for different situations, but just realizing that true levels of fulfillment come from true levels of investment into things. And anyone who's ever gotten something by instant gratification knows as soon as they get it, it's no longer exciting. And if you've worked for something and you've anticipated something, you've poured a lot of yourself into it, when you reach those levels of success, there's just that more intimate connection with the thing that we want. Anyways, we can go all into that later, because I do want to talk about purpose a little bit later on in the show, because it's a question I see a lot. What is my purpose? What is my path? Am I on the right path? And I want to talk about that a little bit later with how you can find that for yourself. So, okay, let's dive in. I'm excited to sling some more cards. I'll switch up my decks here. Who have we got next? We have Kat. Hello, Kat. Kat says, what is Jeff's next actions toward me? I left him in December. We were romantic. Thank you, Kat, for that is a specific question. That is a question with context, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much, my dear. So what are Jeff's next actions towards you? Let's take a look. What's going on with Jeff? Okay. Well, interesting. And from what I'm seeing, there's little to no communication perhaps in this connection at the moment. My central card I have here is the 5 of Cups. So when we're looking at someone's next action towards you, there is vast levels of regret, sadness, and pain that he is experiencing surrounding this. There is just, he's experiencing the loss of this connection in a way that it is harboring his ability to move forward at this time, or to reach out. So when you're asking what his next actions are, I've got the 10 of Coins here, and you can see it's a big X surrounding or in front of 2 people, as well as the 2 of Coins, which also happens to have a big X. And it's next actions, I'm not really seeing any next actions here. I feel like he's not ready within his heart to reach out to you to try and navigate this relationship, this connection, because he feels like I said, there's that regret there. I think he is remorseful for some of the things that he did, for how things ended. I have the Sun card here as well that precedes the 5 of Cups. So it's a profound sense of loss is what I want to say. So next actions over the next little while here, I'm not seeing him being able to reach out. I'm not seeing communication. If you were to If you were to reach out and it's something that you want to add some life back into, that would change the narrative of this, and you would respond in a capacity. I think it would be a delayed response. But on his end, I'm not seeing him having the strength within him to reach out. So thank you so much for your question, my dear, and I do hope that that was helpful. And again, thank you for the question, the context, and folks, that is an excellent example of how to list a question with context, with who is this person, what are you wanting to know, and who are they to you. That's incredibly helpful because those 2 minutes go by very, very quickly. So I can see we've got some new faces jumping in. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Do let me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing where everybody is at. And it's cool to see, you know, the different cities, the different countries that we have tuning into our shows. Free readings are going on here this evening for 2 minutes long. So if you would like a reading tonight, go ahead and type your specific question into the chat. And if you'd like a longer reading or more information on a reading that you get, or you'd just like to jump the line, all of those options are available through the donation link, and it will be pinned in the chat as well as reposted in the chat throughout the show as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch up my decks. Who wants to come out to play? Perhaps this one. All right, who have we got next? Oh, Alicia is here from Maryland. Wonderful. Alexa is here from Tennessee. Wonderful. Okay, we are lighting up the United States here slowly. All right. Firefly says, hello. How is Scorpio feeling about me currently? Since we met up, I enjoyed his company, but he isn't giving much how he wants to take it from there. Ooh, all right, my dear. So for Firefly, how Scorpio is feeling about you. But isn't giving much up. Ooh, okay, let's see. I'm curious. I like to snoop a little bit here. How is Scorpio feeling towards you? Let's take a look at what's going on. There we go. Okay. Well, the interesting thing is, I think is this the question that came up in the lightning round that goes by so quick? But I feel like the impression that you left on Scorpio is a very good impression. I think that they are, I would say, inspired by you, the direction that you take in life, the freeness of your spirit, the way you communicate, the bubbly energy that you have, your word selection, things like that. Like there's just a number of things that through that meeting seem to have left a very good impression. And actually foundationally underneath it all, I've got the 3 of coins here. So I think that one of the things they're feeling is that you are a worthwhile individual, someone that could, you know, be a potential partner for something more and something deeper. However, I don't know that Scorpio is freely in a space to move forward in the way that they are maybe saying that they are. I don't know if they've mentioned about exiting another connection with someone, or if it has not been fully explored, that they're not seeing anybody else at this time. And I don't think they're being shady or questionable. I think they would be very open and honest about their relationship status with you. I don't think they're like cheating on someone with you. I'll just say that quite plainly. But where you're saying they haven't said where they want to move forward from here, it's because there's other people involved in this relationship. Well, there's 2 of you, but they have other people. That 2 minutes goes by more quickly throughout the entire show. Thank you so much for your question. I hope that was helpful for you, my dear. And thank you everyone who has asked a question here tonight. It means a lot to us that you trust us with your questions, and it's always an absolute honor to be able to read into other people's situations. So thank you so much. Also, if you have gotten a reading tonight from myself or anybody else, head on over to www.journeyryanlive.com/reviews and leave us a review. We love to see how we're doing, what you folks are thinking of our readings. It's another way that you can support the show, and it just gives us that little bit of love. So let's go ahead and take a Firefly says, thanks, Cassidy. You are so welcome, my dear. Yeah, that was an interesting situation. Cool. Okay, we're going to switch the decks up again. Yeah, this one. Sounds good. All right, who have we got next on our lovely list tonight? Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Lexi says, do you have any advice on how to let my husband go so I can move on? We are separated, and I don't think we will be getting back together. I know I need to, but my heart is struggling to accept it. Do this one more time. Do you have any advice on how to let my husband go so I can move on? We are separated. I don't think we will be getting back together. I know I need to, but my heart is struggling to accept it. Okay, my dear, my heart goes out to you, and I hope you're doing all right. Let's take a look. What we've got for you? Letting your husband go. Okay. So one of the things that's coming forward is why it's so challenging is because I've got the Six of Cups here as my first card down, where now that you are separated, second card here being the Hermit, Four of Swords, and the Eight of Swords reversed, it feels almost trapped in the good memories of the past, trapped in what was great about the connection, about the relationship, before things got to the point where you knew you needed to leave. I'm talking early days. It's sometimes easy for us when we're removed from a situation to forget what it was really like, to not experience it because we are now removed from that situation. We don't remember it necessarily the same way because we may have rose-colored glasses as we're looking on the past about this person. And it's almost like playing other things that you are giving up, replaying the great memories, and that's really making it hard to move on. And my heart goes out to you with this because it's not an easy thing to do. But one of the things that's quite useful and I think would be helpful for you is when these moments are coming up for you where you're either questioning if this is the right move, replaying some of these great moments, things that are bolstering your love towards this connection, try and get on top of those thoughts. Try and replay immediately after them or immediately over top of them. You can even say it to yourself, for this, and this reason. I am so sorry, my dear, that I have gotten cut off there, but I hope that was helpful for you. I would like to speak to that. I would say just generally though, because I like sort of the thought that came up there with that, where if you're experiencing something that, like I said, when you remove yourself from a situation, we may not remember how bad it was. When you're at a crappy job, if someone is being very disrespectful to you, if your relationship is super unhealthy, it's easy to replay the things that we loved about it because the heart will often try and find happiness and joy wherever it can. Right? Lexi says, thank you, Cassidy. You are so welcome, my dear. So it can be very useful to try and project. Lexi says, oops, that was meant to be a heart. Yes, my dear, I gotcha. Where was I going with that thought? Yes, projecting the good times over top of a bad time or a challenging situation. I would say think forward focused as well, but also like sort of squash the fact that where you have been is not where you want to go. We want more in life than what we've had. We are interested in exploring something better for ourselves. We are interested in growing, things like that where, we don't want what we had, which is why we perhaps left in the first place. And if you're someone who's left and walked away from something and there's any sort of, oh, should I go back? Potentially no, because by the time you've actually walked away from that thing, perhaps things were bad enough to really lovingly kick you out the door. And there is a need to move on from that. Mock or Mook says, hello, good morning. Hello, come on in. We've got some new people joining in. Welcome. If you are interested in getting a reading tonight, I'm doing free 2-minute readings. I'm also doing readings by donation if you're interested in a longer reading or jumping the line. So go ahead and type those specific questions into the chat and I will get to as many folks as I can here tonight. All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch my decks up again. And I do want to talk about purpose. I haven't forgotten about that. I have a note. We'll come back to that a little bit later. So who have we got next on our lovely list tonight? Folks, we are back. We are back with the lightning round. Okay, so round 2, you guys know how this one works. If you have a yes or no question that you would like answered, go ahead and type it into the chat now. Again, I cannot answer any questions that are when, where, why, how. All I can say in answering these questions are yes, no, or undetermined. If you get an undetermined and you're wondering what that is all about, there are 1,000,001 reasons why we get an undetermined reading. It's quite possibly that we're not asking a yes or no question, or there's many other things going on. Also, you can ask as many yes or no questions as you like, so you're not limited to one. As fast as you can type, let's see those wonderful yes or no questions. Let's get started. We've got Leisha here, says, should I take the job offer I received today? Yes. Allison says, will I hear from my daughter this year? Undetermined. one. Jean says, will I be able to get my HOA off my back? Yes. M says, will I get my dream job next month? No. Alexa says, will I go back to Cancun? Undetermined. Allison says, will my vehicle last until the end of the year? Yes. Hope mine does too. Alicia says, will my finances get better? Undetermined. Emma says, will I ever rise above the bullying I've endured throughout my life? My heart goes up to you, my dear. Yes, you will. Joel says, will I meet my future wife and kids in the next few years to see if the ancestors will bring us together? Will you meet future wife in the next couple of years? Yes. Jean says, will Virgo contact me by the end of this month? Undetermined. Allison says, will I get a new job in the next 3 months? Yes. M says, does my XP miss me? Does your ex miss you? Yes. Radonna says, will I be in a relationship this year? Oh, undetermined. Emma says, will I ever see my friend Nicole again? Yes. Jean says, will I be able to get a second job by this weekend? Oh, undetermined. Radonna says, will I get engaged in 2025? Undetermined. M says, should I change my number to get a job? Change your number to get a job. Yes. Tiara says, will he contact me this Cancer season? Yes. Alicia says, will I ever find true love? Yes. Alexa says, will Caleb love playing football this year? Yes. So good. Allison says, is my son considering reuniting with me this year? Is your son considering it? Yes. Emma says, will I ever be happy in terms of my entertainment career? Yes. That is so much fun. Alicia says, thank you. You are so welcome, my dear. That is an absolute blast. I love that lightning round. It is so fun and it is so hard. It is very tricky to get through all of those yes or no questions as quick as possible. But if you're interested in any more information about any of those questions, you can donate through the donation link there, and I will jump right to your question. We can give you a bit more information because I know it's very hard to just have those very, that one word. So also, you can go ahead and type those questions into the chat, and I will get to as many as possible. Hopefully all of the wonderful questions that we have here tonight. So one of the things I really wanted to quickly talk about is purpose, because I brought it up earlier. And it's a question that comes across my table sometimes, not so often lately, interestingly enough, but the question of, and whether you've asked this of a reader yourself, or if you've ever wondered it for yourself. Jean says, Cassidy, thank you for taking the time to answer several of my yes and no questions. You are so welcome, my dear. Thank you for all of the wonderful questions. I appreciate everyone. Allison says, thank you so much. You are so welcome, my dear. The emoji contest will turn that back on. So let's see all of those wonderful emojis. Purpose. Have you ever wondered what your purpose is? Have you ever questioned your path in life? Wondered where I should be going? Am I on the right path? What am I here to do? If you have ever thought that, I don't know, say me. Say me in the comments, because I have absolutely been this person, and I probably will continue to be this person, because this is one of those deeper things that, at least to my understanding, I think can be very useful. Alicia says, yes, every day. I hear you. I understand this. So at least something I'm coming to realize as a truth is that purpose and what your path ought to be is not something that you don't have access to. And I also don't know that it's the best way to think about, am I on the right path? As though you are living your life with some alternative path beside you that you're not taking. Jean says, I wonder how I broke off from my path. So this is what I want to like get into the crux of, is there's not, at least to my understanding and what I'm really enjoying working with right now, is the path that you live through your life is in fact a spiritual path. I brought this up on a show a little while ago where how you live your life, who you interact with, how you speak to others, how you speak to yourself, how you show up in the world, that is the spiritual path. That is the whole thing, right? That is life. So if you look at it like I am over here and where I should be is over there, I think that's a beautiful thing to project into your future, and not something to project in a sidestepped timeline that makes you feel like you're not doing what you should be doing. And that might be the case. You might be in a situation that needs to entirely be revamped. But I think it's a problematic thought to think that finding your purpose and finding your passion in life is something outside of yourself. It's not something that you should have to, that someone else has the key to helping you understand, although readings are very useful for things like this. But where do you feel a true sense of fulfillment? And I'm not talking about happiness, and I'm not talking about joy, because there's a number of things that we do that make us happy and joyous, but I'm talking where you feel like you've made a difference, like you've accomplished something. Like, think about that in your life, in your past. Have you helped something? Have you learned something? Have you taught someone something? What were you doing when you think of something that's been fulfilling in your life? What was that thing? That is your purpose. It is something that you can recognize within yourself, and we can all find it within ourselves, within what we are drawn to doing. And I mean, there's also perhaps this misconception, right, that our purpose will always lead to a level of financial prosperity. Not always, but there is always a way to follow a path that is in alignment with what your purpose is, and also be able to support yourself. So that is just a quick thought that I wanted to offer everyone tonight, is that your purpose is not something that is not attainable, that you have to go out and seek outside of yourself. It is where you are fulfilled, what makes you feel useful, valuable, great in life. Jean says, I helped raise 2 of my nieces for the first 10 years of their lives. I miss them being so little. See, and that's so beautiful, like finding fulfillment in that. Emma says, the time I taught a cute little 4-year-old girl how to do sideline cheerleading at a local trampoline park. That was precious. See, like, there are moments we all have where something has lit up our soul, that we have done something and it just set us completely on fire. Lean into that. Find more of that. See how you can do that in your life. You'll find more fulfillment in everything that you do. There we are. There's my food for thought on the whole purpose thought. But if there is anything else that I would love to hear stories, what makes you feel fulfilled? Emma says, my very first choir solo in the 4th grade, and how the whole room stopped and stared the moment I sang. See, those moments. And it's not that happiness and joy is always fleeting. They're great things as well. But I'm talking about a level deeper than happiness, right? Something that is, I feel like I nailed it. Like, I feel like me having done this thing, if that doesn't sound too cheesy. Anyways, I'm happy to get back to readings here today. Let's get into more questions. If you're interested in jumping the line, the donation link is available for you there. And if you'd like a free 2-minute reading, I need your specific question into the comments. Let me know what you want to know. Give me some context. Give me your question. Who are you asking about? All of that good stuff. Moving right along. Who have we got next? We have Luminous. Okay, beautiful. Luminous says, hello, can you see Peter and I getting back together? If so, when? Thank you. All right, Luminous. Let's take a look at what's going on in your connection with Peter. And do we see the 2 of you getting back together? So let's see what's going on with Peter right now. Peter. Okay. Well, all right. There's a lot going on in this connection in terms of why it broke apart, the foundation that was there. This is a heavy situation with a lot of moving parts. But nevertheless, to say, like, when you're asking if you two will come back together, it looks like you're sort of both on separate paths at this time. And I don't know if that was part of why this relationship ceased to exist at the time, if you wanted different things or if you were going in different directions. Because it feels almost like on Peter's side, I'm almost feeling a little bit selfish, maybe. Not wanting to maybe give what you needed at that time, or just having a vision that was hard to fit into for his life. So that aspect of things, I feel there's a hard-headedness and a drive that is pulling him towards doing other things. That is actively, the reason why this connection has not come back together in any fashion here. Where things are going, I've got the Hangman reverse. So when you've asked, is this connection coming back together? Certainly not in the short term. With that Hangman, it feels like unfortunately unanswered questions, things that left unsaid remain unsaid for at least a while here. I do see the two of you reconnecting in some capacity in the future, but I don't see this. I'm so sorry, my dear. That was the bell. I do hope that was helpful for you, and thank you very much for your trust and for your lovely question. Okay, guys, this evening is cruising right along. We're having such a wonderful time. I will say the emoji contest is still going on, so if you're interested in winning a very special divination reading shortly here, let's see those lovely emojis. Whoever sends the most will win a reading soon. Okay, let's take a look at who we have got next. Amanda says, is my marriage going to make it? All right, my dear, let's take a look at what I can see in the cards. Is Amanda's marriage going to make it? I can really see the uphill battle that you are experiencing in this relationship right now. I've got the Lovers reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, King of Swords reversed, Judgment reversed. The communication, if there is any, it feels like whoever is talking, the other one is not listening. Unfortunately, it feels like a lot of the time when you're talking, you're not being heard. In fact, the way these cards are sitting is the Queen is trying to reach out to the King, but the King's back is towards her. The thing is, though, is that this connection, like, there is a very deep and beautiful bond here in this marriage and in this relationship that has really lost its way. Amanda says, yeah, I've got the Judgment card reversed. So it also feels like, I don't know if you have tried therapy or anything that you've considered. It just feels like any bids for attention that you've had or anything that you've tried to do to fix this has just fallen on deaf ears. Like, man, I'm feeling very stubborn. I'd like to, just maybe recalibrate his sense a little bit here, because it's very hard to talk to someone when it feels like you're talking to a wall. In asking, will this marriage make it? I don't actually see it ending is the thing, but it's just more a question of how you're willing to hold on and how you're willing to stay in this relationship when it feels so very one-sided. And I don't know if he's busy with work or other things that I can say on one hand, they are excuses. Does seem like very busy as well. Amanda says, we've been together since 17 and he's a chauvinistic pig. Yeah, understandable. Oh. I am very sorry, my dear. I hope that was helpful in jumping into your question there. My heart goes out to you, but I will say to you and to anyone experiencing, Amanda says, thank you. You're so welcome, my dear. If you're really not getting what you need from a connection, feel free to exit that connection. And it's not as easy as saying that, right? It's not as easy as just walking away from stuff. But, like I said earlier in the show, you can start thinking about your plans as on longer time scales, right? You don't need to have that pressure towards yourself, like, I need to get out today. Unless you do need to get out today, go ahead and do that. But consider, what do you need to have in place before you make that next move? We always need to take risks, right? Everything that we do is a risk, but it is risky. While it is risky to pursue something that you want or something that would make you happy, it is also very risky to stay in something that you know will not make you happy. So select your risk level and your risk tolerance on that front. But I will throw this question out there again one more time, because I'm enjoying the thought. If there's any moment that you have in your life where you felt a true level of fulfillment, I would love to hear what it was. Was it something that you did? Was it something someone did for you? What was this quote I heard the other day? It was great. It's like, we can't all make the world better, but we can make the world better for someone. Something to that effect. And I'm pretty sure I butchered that a little bit. But like, it's a lot of us, there is a human need and a human level of connection where it feels good to help other people. It feels good to be of service. It feels good to be useful and included and wanted, and all of those good things. So if you have a memory where you feel that you were just very fulfilled, I would love for you to share it, because they're just, share the fulfillment, share the love, and do share the love. Do go ahead and share this video, and do please make sure you are liking and subscribing to our channel. We have got tons of content over on our YouTube channel. We have got shorts that come out every single day. We have got live shows Monday through Thursday, multiple shows a week. The next show, in fact, will be Kay, the Intuitive Empath, on Monday at 10 o'clock, and she is fantastic, so definitely check out her show. But between now and then, if you're interested in a reading, you could head on over to the website, www.mypsychicconnection.com, and get first 3 minutes are free over there, which is actually pretty cool. So wonderful. Let's go ahead and see who we have got next on our list tonight. Kira says, hello, my dear. Hello, Cassidy. Can you tell me if you see me and this Gemini reconnecting? All right, my dear. We see you and the Gemini reconnecting. And if you are still here, my dear, who is this for? Is this like a romantic Gemini? Is this a friendship? Is this, I'd love to hear. But let's see if I see that connection reconnecting in the future here. You and the Gemini reconnecting. It seems very unlikely, to be entirely honest with you, my dear. I've got the King of Wands, Ten of Swords reversed, Death reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, and it feels pretty line in the sandy. It feels quite over, quite complete. But in many ways, I don't want you to hold on to this in the expense of missing something else that is better for you, and that is a more fulfilling level of connection with someone. I don't know what's the deal with this Gemini individual, but they feel like they've either spread themselves too thin, overpromised things. What I don't want for you, my dear, I don't want you to just take what you can get from people. I don't want your connections with other people being dictated by their terms when they are free, when you are an option that is to them. So I think that's sort of more the main message here. I don't see this reconnection happening. And honestly, the cards are quite clear, and they're saying, like, look onward, look outward, look forward to the future, and prioritize people who, in fact, prioritize you. So that is what I'm seeing for your question there, my dear. I hope that was helpful, and, good luck to you. Yeah, I like that little message. That was quite nice. All right, we will keep this moving right along. I'm having such a wonderful time, and I hope everybody's week is going well. It's a very busy time right now. A lot of people describe themselves as feeling, frazzled at this moment? So if you're feeling frazzled, hang in there. But folks, we have got the emoji contest winner. Kiara, congratulations. You are tonight's emoji contest winner, and it was a very tight race. That was, my goodness, I do not envy the folks in the back who are needing to keep track of that. Thank you, everyone who sent all of the beautiful emojis here tonight. That was so much fun to see the side of my screen here light up. But Kiara, you are the winner. So I have got a very special reading for you, my dear. So let's take a look at what the cards have to say. I'm going to use 2 different oracle decks. So I will get a couple cards down for you and see what the message is for you today. Okay. Very nice. Awesome. And I will switch decks here because why not? I can select as many cards as I like. So this is my last one here. Okay. So, my dear, the first card I have down here is showing a picture of a little person. They're in fact a little skeleton person who is being pulled by two people who are fighting over them. And this could in many ways either represent you being in a situation where, you know, you're being pulled in two different directions. This could be either physically by people who are requiring different things of you, or it can be within yourself, having a hard time dividing yourself up enough to get all the things done that you want to do. It feels very stretched thin, though, to just, I will say, summarize this on a high level. It feels like what you are experiencing in many ways, it feels, stretched very thin, very pulled apart, or very torn would be the right word, with, you know, a situation or circumstance that you are experiencing right now. The other thing too with this card is that if you are fighting for something, make sure that it is in fact something that is worth fighting for, and that it's something that also is meant for you. That's not what I want to say, but it's like it would be worth your time to fight for this particular thing. You know, don't fight for scraps, kind of a deal. I also have the card. It says joy and delight. It says open your heart to joy, which is such a nice card. And typically when I see this, I'm going to give you a big old hug here and say, if you found yourself getting in your own way of experiencing joy or happiness, feeling either a sense of guilt or a sense of needing to hold back or not pursuing things that you love, perhaps at the expense of what other people are requiring of you, this card is really saying to open your heart back up, to embrace the things that bring you joy and happiness as though they are as important as the other things that are requiring demands on your time or other things that are drawing your time, energy, effort, and attention. I would like for you, my dear, to be perhaps a little more selfish. I would really like for you to do some things that are for yourself, perhaps for once. There is certainly no need to feel that you need to be at the mercy of what everybody else wants for you or from you. So that card of open your heart to joy, prioritize your own happiness, my dear. And the next card here, this is quite lovely. It says, reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. So something that's quite cool coming out of that is if you find at the moment you're feeling, like you said, either torn, strained, stressed, going through a tough time in some regard, it almost feels, I want to like really ground this reading in practicality and reality and not make it sound like I'm just saying, follow what makes you happy and you'll get what you're looking for. But that's kind of what's coming across here. In a sense, there's certain stresses that need to be put down, and there's certain things that don't require your continued attention in the way that they have had your attention previously. So in fact, putting yourself first more, opening your heart back up, seeking things and prioritizing stuff that actually brings you joy and puts your goals back in focus, we have reaching your destination. So it's if there is a goal that you have wanted for yourself, something you've been looking to achieve, and you have for one reason or another, not necessarily your fault, but for one reason or another, you have not gone after this goal or something that you're really looking for, something that's really important to you, this is really your push to go for it, to actually do the thing. Do it because it makes you happy for its own sake, and then you will find at the end of the road, you will reach that destination, you will achieve the goal, and there's that fulfillment that we are talking about in the background on the show here. You will find that level of fulfillment that you're looking for. But it starts with prioritizing you and putting your happiness, your joy, and what is important to you in full focus. So that is what I've got for you there, my dear. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much again for all of the beautiful emojis. Thank you everyone for the beautiful emojis tonight. This has been so very much fun. I love that contest. It's such a good way to see my screen just popping up with all of these lovely emojis. Folks, we have reached the last question of the evening. I don't know how that time goes by so quickly, but that is wickedly fast. It goes more quickly every single week. So who have we got to round out the show tonight? We have Leisha. Leisha says, hello, should I take the job offer I got today? All right, my dear, let's take a look what I can create for you. That job offer, congratulations. It's very exciting to get job offers coming our way. Oh, wonderful. And I think yes, no round. I think I said yes. If I did not, I will go ahead and say it now. So I do think you should take it. But I also feel if there is wiggle room to negotiate, I would certainly do that. My first card down here I have is the 6 of coins. And either if you negotiate your starting wage, negotiate your benefits package, if you can't, at the very least, get something either in writing or concrete surrounding when you will be up for a review, after 3 months or 6 months or whatever the probationary period might look like, after X amount of time, and you have had a chance to see my skills, I would like to be considered for X amount of money if they're not willing or able to meet you with your initial request. Although I do think they will. It seems like there's some wiggle room there, but I don't want you to undersell yourself just for the excitement of taking the job. I've got the 4 of Wands reverse as well as the Lovers here. So I don't know if this job was recommended to you, if there's a friend that works there, but it feels like the environment in many ways is quite good for you. The staff who you are working with, the experience that you're looking to get, it does honestly seem like quite a good fit with that little tangent, not tangent, what's the word? It's not coming to me. It's gone. The caveat, there it is, with this small caveat here, with the 6 of coins, the small caveat of make sure, take care of yourself financially too. Don't take less than your worth, and at least let them know what your salary or income expectations are, and push, because they seem to have more room in their budget. Kira says, thank you so much. So awesome. Thank you. Oh, you are so very welcome, my dear. So yeah, I do think you should go ahead and take that job, my dear. A couple of bumps along the way. It's not any job goes without its challenges by any means. Does look like a good fit. So thank you so much for your questions, everyone, tonight. This has been so much fun. I absolutely love hanging out with everyone and slinging cards for the hour here on the show. If you did get a reading tonight from myself or from anyone throughout the week, head on over to www.journeyryanlive.com/reviews, where you can leave us a review, and we so appreciate it. We love the support. And until next week, this is Cassidy the Cardslinger signing off. The next show, I will say, is Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern time with Kay, the Intuitive Empath. So definitely check out her show. She's amazing. We will see you guys next Thursday. This is Cassidy signing off. Bye for now.